This week, we're having a change from tools and we're revisiting our Game Boy case. This is a project that we made a couple of years ago now, and it's a Game Boy Advance SP and a Micro and a bunch of games, but this is Shadow Foam Original. So we're going to be changing this up today, and we've added to our Game Boy Advance game collection, so it will no longer fit in this case. So today, we're going to be moving it into a new case, and we've picked up this case here. This is from Amazon. It's a zip-up black kind of canvas case with a nice handle on it. Slightly bigger than this, slightly wider and slightly deeper, but it has got kind of an insert already there. So we're going to have to cut this away, and then we can replace it with a piece of Shadow Foam, and then we'll be able to cut a layout. But we've also got a few other changes. So this is my Game Boy Advance from a long time ago. What year is this? 2002, so I was 12, and subsequently I've picked up this. This is amazing, and this one is from Boxy Pixel, and this is a milled aluminium Game Boy Advance that's been upgraded, so it doesn't have the AA batteries that they used to have. It's now got a lithium battery in it, and it has a USB-C charger, and it's got aluminium buttons, and it's got a really highly upgraded screen. The colour on it now compared to the old one, and this is an IPS V2 screen. It's super bright, so this is a heck of an upgrade from this old thing. I've picked up a few job lots off eBay, and we now have heaps and heaps more games. So this is kind of a pretty typical setup, I suppose, for anyone who's got this kind of system, Game Boys, and that's where Shadow Foam kind of comes into its own, because no matter how many games you've got or what consoles you've got, we can get a blank piece of foam to fit in this case, and then we can lay it out however we want and cut it all in. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is cut this internal piece out here, and then we'll get a bit of foam. So it's usually pretty standard. They're stitched around the edge and then a few little smears of hot glue in the bottom. Right, so now we've done that, we're just gonna trim up around the edge and make sure we've not left any bits of this plastic poking out. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. Right then, so we've got a piece of Shadow Foam here. This is 30mm red. It's roughly the same size, but we can now trim it exactly to the size of this case. And obviously having this insert makes that easier. Cutting kit that we're using is our full cutting kit with the anti-cut gloves, which I'd recommend using whenever you're using our scalpels. So all we're doing is we're going to place that where it needs to go in the corner, and then we can just now at the moment I'm just roughing it to size, and then we'll come back and trim it and put the radiuses in. So we've cut the shape out, but before we put it in the case, we do have a radiused corner along the bottom. So what we've got to do is just make an angled cut all around this bottom corner to make sure that it sits flat in the bottom of the case. We don't want it hitting that resistance on the corners and then being held off the base of the case by a few mil, because you end up with like a bit of a bounce in there, which you don't want. Yeah, that fits like a glove, and I can feel that's pushing right down to the bottom, and we've got a great blank canvas there now. So lay out all of the games, lay out the console, and make a nice looking insert, nice looking organizer. Now all we have to do is come up with a layout. So obviously we want to put the console, the main part of the build, in the center. And then the big trick with this is now fitting as many games as we can in here, so we kind of have everything in one place. Now we're going to stand them all up, and we can fit a lot more in that way. Sadly we can't see the artwork then, so we don't know which the games are, but we wouldn't be able to fit many in if we didn't do that. So we're gonna have 6 games, we're gonna have 3 rows. So we'll end up with 12, 24, 36 games. Then we've got a few left here. We'll probably try and make those into 7s, I think, so it just brings the width in. And then that should be enough. We're fitting a lot more in there than the last case. So let's start by cutting in the console itself, nice and square. And we'll do these first 6 on either side. wonky now. Not too happy with that. Maybe I should do them lying down and then do like layers. Do something a bit clever so you can see what the games are. Okay, so we're gonna go for a slight change of plan. This is what always happens when you start doing the layouts. And basically, when you stand them all up, you can't see any of the artwork at all. Instead of having them all accessible at the same time, we're gonna lie them down and we're gonna stack them 3 on top of each other. So we're gonna do that. So slight change, but we've already started cutting the top ones there, so we're gonna carry on and get those cut in. So that's all of the games and the consoles cut in, and I'm really happy with that. So all we got to do now is drop it into the case. And that is a job done. Smashing. Obviously this is a great little traveling game case. If you have something similar, it's a great way to store all the little parts. Obviously we haven't put a charger or a cable in here because there's still a bit of space. We could put them underneath the console here or underneath the console here. But we'll probably you could just have wires in a separate little bag. But obviously there's loads of space. You could change this design up and have it however you wanted it to fit your gear. So let us know what you think of this or what you could use it for. I mean, another console I love was the Game Gear. We would like to do a Game Gear case at some point. But if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time.